Ever felt trapped by your own character defects and shortcomings? Ever wondered if there's a way out? We've all been there, caught in the cycle of self-doubt, feeling stuck in patterns that don't serve us. It's a universal struggle, a common thread that weaves through the tapestry of human experience. But what if I told you there's a way to break free? Enter spirituality, not as a cure-all but as a tool, a compass to guide us towards transformation. Spirituality, in its essence, isn't about dogma or rituals. It's about acknowledging a power greater than ourselves and tapping into that power to bring about change. It's about being entirely ready to have a higher power remove all defects of character. It's about humbly asking this higher power to remove our shortcomings. Today we're diving deep into how spirituality can help us face and overcome our flaws. The first step towards overcoming our defects is willingness. So, let's dive deeper into this concept. Willingness in essence is the readiness to act or to change. It's the spark that ignites the flame of transformation. You see, in the spiritual journey, willingness is our compass, guiding us from darkness into the light. It is that initial step that triggers the process of change, setting in motion the wheels of self-improvement. Imagine for a moment a person struggling with anger issues. This person often finds themselves in heated situations, their anger spilling over into their relationships, their work, their peace of mind. They recognize that this anger is a defect, a chink in their armor. But recognition alone does not foster change. It's willingness that bridges the gap between recognition and action. If this person is willing to change, willing to let go of this anger that's been clouding their life, only then can they begin to truly address the issue. It's no easy task. It requires courage to face one's flaws, to acknowledge them, and to be open to changing them. Willingness is not passive acceptance, it's active engagement in one's own transformation. Spirituality encourages us to embrace this willingness. It teaches us that change is not only possible, but necessary for growth. It asks us to be open, to be ready, to be willing. It nudges us to step out of our comfort zones, to challenge our patterns, our habits, our defects. Willingness doesn't mean we have all the answers. It doesn't mean we won't stumble or falter along the way. But it does mean we're ready to try, ready to put in the effort, ready to embark on the journey of transformation. This is the power of willingness in the spiritual journey. It is the first step, the key that unlocks the door to self-improvement. It is the catalyst that sets change in motion, allowing us to evolve, to grow, to become better versions of ourselves. Willingness opens the door to transformation, but what comes next? Humility is the key that unlocks the door to change. The essence of this statement lies in the very heart of spiritual transformation. You see, humility is not about self-degradation or a sense of worthlessness. Rather, it's about acknowledging our flaws, our shortcomings, and our need for help. It's about admitting that we are not perfect, and that's perfectly okay. It's about realizing that we are all works in progress, and that progress requires a certain level of humility to admit when we've made mistakes, and when we need assistance to grow and evolve. Let's consider an anonymized, real-life example of this principle in action. There was a man, let's call him John, who struggled with addiction. He spent years battling his dependency, slipping in and out of recovery, never quite able to break free from the chains that held him back. John's turning point came when he finally admitted, with complete humility, that he couldn't win this fight alone. He recognized his flaws and his shortcomings, and he reached out for help. It was a difficult step, one that required him to shed any pretense of self-sufficiency and accept his need for support. But it was this very act of humility that opened the door to his transformation. He found a spiritual community that welcomed him with open arms, offering him the support and guidance he needed to overcome his addiction. Through this journey, he discovered a new sense of purpose and a newfound resilience that he'd never known before. His story is a powerful testament to the role of humility in spiritual transformation. By acknowledging our flaws, we create an opportunity for growth and change. We open ourselves up to the possibility of improvement, and we invite the support and guidance we need to navigate our journey. Humility allows us to see ourselves as we truly are, and to seek help. But how can we ensure these changes are lasting? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this transformative process. Prayer is our direct line to divine help. It's like a beacon in the dark, a lighthouse guiding us on our journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth. But how does prayer help us in this endeavor? Well, it's not just about asking for something. It's about acknowledging our need for guidance and surrendering our will to a higher power. Let's imagine a scenario. Consider a person feeling isolated and lonely. consumed by the feeling that they're alone in their struggles. This loneliness isn't just a state of mind, it's a character flaw that prevents them from reaching out, making connections, and forming meaningful relationships. They're stuck in a cycle, and it seems impossible to break free. But here's where prayer can play a pivotal role. This person, in their solitude, turns to prayer. They don't just ask for their loneliness to be lifted, they ask for the strength and wisdom to overcome it. They acknowledge their shortcomings, express their readiness to change, and invite divine intervention. They say, "I am entirely ready to have God remove this defect of character. I humbly ask for the courage to reach out, to connect, to let others in." In doing so, they've not only acknowledged their flaw, but have also shown a willingness to change, to grow. They've invited divine help into their lives, not to magically erase their flaws, but to give them the strength to face their shortcomings head-on. Prayer, in this context, becomes a tool for transformation, a conduit for divine guidance. It's not about asking for a quick fix, but about seeking wisdom and strength to navigate our challenges. It's about humility, readiness, and a deep-seated desire for growth. Remember, our journey of self-improvement isn't a solitary one. We are not alone in our struggles. We have the divine on our side, ready to guide us, if only we have the humility to ask. Through prayer, we invite the divine into our lives to help us overcome our flaws. But what does this process look like in action? Embracing these steps is a journey, not a destination. The path we tread in spiritual transformation is not a straight line, nor is it a finite course with a clear end point. It's more like a winding river, full of bends and currents that shift and change as we grow and evolve. Overcoming our character defects is not a one-time event, but a continuous process, a lifelong commitment to self-improvement and spiritual growth. It's not about reaching perfection, but finding progress in our daily efforts. It's about taking 2 steps forward, even if sometimes we might take a step back. Consider the story of John, a man who's been on this journey for many years. Don't worry, we've changed his name to protect his privacy. John was once consumed by anger and resentment. He would erupt at the smallest provocation, alienating those around him. He knew he had a problem, but he didn't know how to fix it. When John started his spiritual journey, he was eager for a quick fix. He wanted his anger to disappear overnight. But he soon realized that transformation doesn't work that way. It's not about snapping our fingers and magically becoming better. It's about acknowledging our flaws, inviting divine help, and committing to the process of change day in and day out. John has been on this journey for over 20 years now. Has he achieved perfection? No. But has he made progress? Absolutely. His anger no longer consumes him. He can manage his emotions better, communicate more effectively, and build healthier relationships. John's journey is a testament to the power of spiritual transformation. It's an ongoing process, a lifelong commitment, and while the journey can be challenging, it's also incredibly rewarding. So, as we walk this path together, let's remember that it's not about reaching the end. It's about embracing the journey, about finding joy in the process, about growing and evolving with each step we take. Remember, the journey of transformation is an ongoing process filled with progress, not perfection. Let that be our mantra, our guiding light as we navigate the winding river of spiritual transformation. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. We're grateful for your time and your open heart. This path we've walked together is not a one-time event, but a lifelong process. It's about acknowledging our flaws and inviting divine help to overcome them. But remember, this journey is not about being perfect. It's about being better than we were yesterday. It's about growing, learning, and embracing the change within us. It's about humility and willingness to admit our shortcomings and seek divine intervention. We encourage you, dear listener, to apply these principles in your own life. See how they transform you, how they help you grow, how they bring you closer to your true self. Experience the beauty of transformation through willingness and humility. If you found this content helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Together we can overcome our flaws and grow stronger.